This has been proven to be probably one of the better purchases in machinery that I've purchased over the years. You can't go wrong with buying one of these units. Hughes Welding, what I try to do is I try to offer a welding service in all different areas of the welding. We do carbon steel, stainless steel, aluminum. We do custom fabrication. I mean, we'll go out on job sites, so we'll repair buckets, you know, equipment, stuff like that. And I was trying to add to my arsenal, and with the YS Power, really added an asset to my company and what I can offer. You know, if we're not welding on something, we're line boring on something, and they kind of go hand in hand. And it's really been an asset to opening up my customer base. Well, I try to be mobile, and what that does, I can do in-house stuff. You know what I mean? In bigger projects, it takes a lot more time or whatever. We'll do them here in the shop. But I try to be mobile because what that does is save my customers money. I started off with a contractor. I would get out there and we'd do a welding job, and you know, we'd fix it, and one thing led to another, and they had an excavator over there with a bucket that was really, I mean, you could dig around the corner with this thing. It was watered out pretty bad. He said, "Can you fix that?" And I said, "Absolutely." I didn't have a clue how to fix it, but I was going to do everything I could, you know, and that's whenever the line boring stuff really intrigued me. I started doing a lot of research, you know what I mean, trying to find what I wanted. So I didn't want to go out and buy really good equipment right off the bat because I didn't know what I was doing. So I bought a cheaper version, and it didn't make it, you know. It didn't even last through that first job and burned up. The second unit I bought, I went out and I bought I don't want to mention no names, but I went out and paid the $40,000 for the whole system and this and that, and then they were trying to put it in a wooden box. You know, there's no packaging, which I was just getting into it, but I thought, you know, I'm spending this much money and I don't have a toolbox, I don't have nothing, it's all in just wooden boxes. There's really no, you know, how am I going to haul this stuff around? That's whenever I fell upon Reason in all his videos and stuff, and a lot of the work was really good, and that's where I wanted to get at. That's where I wanted, you know what I mean, I wanted my work to look like that. Which I ended up calling, and I talked to Robert over there, and he answered all the questions that I wanted to be answered. One of the things with Mobile Machine Source is whenever I called and asked certain questions, they knew they could give me the answer right there. And the tooling, he automatically said, "This is the tooling you want to use." He said it's far superior, and they use the equipment. You know, it's not, you're not just talking to a salesman that's never touched a line boring equipment, or they probably, some of them may never even seen it besides on a poster board, you know. But with Mobile Machine Source, they know exactly what's going on. They send you in all these awesome little flex stat packs, and everything's packaged in there nice and neat. I mean, you know where everything's at, keeps everything organized. If you're in the market and you're trying to get into line boring and you're looking at a cost-effective unit, something that's not going to break the bank but offers superior, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Workability, user-friendly stuff. The motor is just super powerful. Whatever I throw at this unit, it cuts right through it with ease. I know if I ever get on a job and I need something dependable and I need something fast and effective, YS Power has been there every time that I've needed to do that. And I'm hard on equipment. You know, we get out in the field and you're trying to get the job done. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to be easy. I'm trying to get the job done as fast as possible, and this stuff is held up really well. And it's not like overly at price. I feel like for the cost of this unit, you're getting way more value than what you're having to spend. You know, and you'll be able to make your money back very quick. Like in 2 jobs, I've had my machine paid for, and then we're making money. You know, and everything is held up. I haven't had no breakdowns. You know what I mean? That wasn't self-inflicted. So whenever I first started, it was just line boring was something I did every now and then. You know, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to pursue it or not, just because it was a pretty huge learning curve for me. But now I would say it's a big part of my business. It's definitely been a huge asset to Hughes Welding and Fabrication, and this has been proven to be probably one of the better purchases in machinery that I've purchased over the years. You can't go wrong with buying one of these units. You know, you're gonna get the quality cuts that you're looking for. You're gonna get the ease of the cuts. So I don't have to worry about this thing hanging up. Mobile Machine Source, man, they're awesome to work with. You know, I've had this unit. I think I purchased it in January, and like I told you, I'm looking at trying to get another unit. If they wanted to get into it, they would have to get with Mobile Machine Source and definitely get them one. That would be the only way to go. You got good support. Like I said, you can get the parts. You know, that's what you're looking for when you're buying something. There's three things I always look at. How good is it going to operate? This equipment does produce an extremely well cut. It does everything that I want it to do. And sometimes I demand on it a little bit harder, maybe I push it a little harder, but it stands up to the job. Can I get parts if something happens? I tried to order another set of bearings with the other units that I bought, and it's like 6 weeks before I could get a set of bearings. Well, if I'm on a job, what am I going to do? Tell my customer, hey, you're going to have to wait six weeks before I can get another set of bearings in here. Or, you know, if I got something wrong, and they don't want to hear that. With Mobile Machine Source, I could order something and have it within 2 or 3 days. And what's their customer service like? I had a little issue, and it was self-inflicted, but I had a small issue with the feed screw, and I didn't know what was going on, so I called Reason right on the phone. Hey, he knew exactly what the issue was, and I feel like with Mobile Machine Source, they've got all three of them.